Hey, let's go ahead and get started with a reading about the eclipse that we have coming up with this Mercury in retrograde. First off, let's talk about Mercury in retrograde, okay? A lot of the times we hear Mercury retrograde, we go, oh God, not again, yes, again. Every 3 to 4 months, we have Mercury retrograde. It's a natural part of our existence. It's a time for us to go back and reflect. And being that it is an Aries, this is a time for us to be planting new seeds. And a lot of us don't even know what it is that we are planting new seeds towards. So the fact that we have not only this North Node eclipse that's coming up, but we also have the Mercury retrograde that's going to be conjunct that with Chiron. This is a time for us to really go back and look at the seeds that we're planting before we make any decisions. Now, because it is an eclipse, we never want to make big decisions between eclipses. So we have an eclipse coming up tomorrow. I'm doing this the day before the eclipse in Libra, and between the new moon eclipse in Aries, which is on April 8th. Now, when we are sitting between those energies, this is not a time to be making the biggest life decisions, okay? This isn't a time to quit your fucking job. This isn't a time for you to say, you know what, fuck it all. I'm selling off everything and I'm going to just leave. And you really need to take a step back. That's what Mercury retrograde is going to have you do, is go back and rethink, reevaluate, reiterate, redo, rest, realize. This is a time to do all of those things because we have Mars in Pisces, which Mars wants to be in Aries. So in fire to really get up and go, but Mars is in Pisces, so we really have to delve within into this very psychic place in ourselves, a very intuitive. This is about meditating, contemplating before we take action when Mars goes into Aries after these eclipses, okay? Mercury's going to also be in Aries all the way up until May. So we have that Mercury retrograde until April 25th. So this is really a time for us to be evaluating and seeing where all of this is going. Okay. So I know that there's like a lot of like, I'm ready to go, I'm ready to leave, but we need to really sit and think about the new consciousness that we're in right now. We are not in the same energy that we were in even last year. Okay. Nothing even feels the same anymore. And I think that there's a lot of confusion with the collective right now about where everything is going. And I feel like things are just extremely unpredictable because we have Uranus in Taurus with Jupiter there. And having those placements, there's a major fracturing in our foundations. There's a fracturing even in the Earth's foundation. That's why we're having many more earthquakes and, just worldly events like, fires and this, that, and the other. And it's like, yes, some of those were on purpose, but others of those were just an act of God. Okay. And so it's really a matter of, the collective really, again, going back, listen, we can never go back. For any of you guys who are asking, like, when is this going to end? It's not. It's not. We are really making forging new paths, making a new way for ourselves. We're not ever going to be in the old energy. We have one more transit of Pluto going back into Capricorn on September 1st through November 20th. And that's it. That's just to go back and clear out any of the shit that you didn't clear out from 2008. And it's a matter of us literally purging the rest of that energy. Um, where have we not been honest with ourselves? Where have we been giving away our power to things that are outside of ourselves? Spirit, please show me what messages do you have for the collective for these eclipses that are coming up. New moon eclipse. Look at that. You guys expect powerful changes. There's going to be a lot of powerful changes between these eclipses, a lot of relationship breakdowns, because that's really where we've been learning a lot of this is through our relationships. Okay. So being that South Node lunar eclipse is in Libra. This is all about our relationship, not only to others, but the relationship that we have to ourselves. And it's like, if we're going to be planting these new seeds of intentions with the Expect Powerful Changes new moon eclipse that we have coming up in Aries on April 8th, then it's time for us to start thinking differently, being differently, so that we are not planting the same seeds that we were planting in all of that old energy that we are no longer in. But you can keep repeating those cycles. It's just going to be much harder for you to sustain them. Okay. So what else do we got here? Yeah, we've got bring love into the situation. I think that it's time for you to really love and enjoy your life. Yeah. What do you need to release? Maybe for some of you, you've really had to detach from love relationships. For others of you, it's like, what do you need to release in order for you to bring in? Maybe it's a boundary. Maybe it's like all these different boundaries that you've had to protect yourself, leading up till now. And maybe it's time for some of us to, because Aquarius, and we have Aquarius here twice. Aquarius can be very detached from our emotions. You're seeing it more and more with the younger generations who don't want to get married. They don't want to have kids. They'd rather be single. They'd rather travel. They'd rather, detach. Okay. And for others of you, maybe you've been detached, and maybe it's time for you too, in order to bring love into the situation, you need to get more in touch with your emotions with this full moon in Pisces energy that talks about balancing spirituality and practicality. Okay. So I think with a Virgo here that's sitting underneath Pisces is we can dream about it all day long, but it's what seeds are you planting with this eclipse? Because Virgo is about the reality of the situation, and that's what Virgo is doing is making the collective really look at the reality of what you have been experiencing and then be willing to end those things for these new beginnings to come through. Now we have Pisces full moon and we also have the Aquarius full moon here, okay, on both bookends. And these full moons are about wrapping things up, okay, and really starting to think about the seeds you would like to plant for your future, which is Aquarius. This is also about looking at your relationships, because Aquarius can be about our tribe, our community, the people that we hang out with, our friendship groups, all of those things. And being that we have the new moon and the full moon sitting here, and right smack between them is, what do you need to release? Maybe for some of you it's releasing people from your life that don't have your best interest at heart. Okay. And that can be a very emotional process for some of us. I would say, do it with love. That's what this is talking about, doing it with love, because this is about learning the lessons. If you want to be in the sphere of people who are treating you better and who, are, they appreciate your individuality, because Aquarius is about different walks of life, right? Aquarius can also get a little weird. This is a time of true manifestation. When I see both these Aquarius cards and I see the eclipse card, and then I see the full moon in Pisces here, that's like out of this world energy. Okay? That's like beyond understanding. So Pisces is like that, as above, and Virgo's so below. Okay, as above, so below. So when you see the magician in the tarot, that's Virgo Pisces access. As above, we pull from the spirit realm, because that's what Pisces represents. The realms outside of, our existence. This is the human existence, which is Virgo. We are in the reality. We are here on Earth. It's an Earth sign, right? That's why it's human. And then you've got Pisces, which is the two fish that are just, dreamy and just swimming in circles. You ever sit and just like look at a fish tank and you're just like, wow, how magical is that? So as above, so below, as within, so without. For a lot of you, this is about bringing more love back into what you do for a living. And if you're not in love with what you do for a living, it's time for you to start thinking about what you would enjoy doing. Okay. What would you enjoy doing if failure and fear was not an option? Because that's what we're getting to, you guys. Every 10 years we go through another chakra. And, right now we are sitting in the third eye chakra. That's why everything is so kind of like for people who weren't into spirituality or didn't know anything about it. And now all of a sudden you're introduced to it and you're like blowing your fucking mind. It's like we're in that third eye chakra. Some of us are a little further along. Some of us are a little more advanced. Some of us are, just starting our journey. So be easy on the people who are just now starting their journey because you were once at that position. You were once in those exact same shoes, just starting your journey. And so, with this third eye energy that we are all going to have and be mastering, and then it's the crown chakra. You think this fucking shit's weird? Wait till 2030 to 2040 when you're in your crown chakra. But, use this time to really tap into that third eye chakra, which is Pisces. Tapping into that third eye chakra so that you are able to fully understand. And in order to do that, you got to sit down and start working on just being still, meditating, contemplating, not just taking this action and running towards stuff. It's time for us to really get practical too about, what have we been doing? What have we been manifesting into our experience that we need to let go of? There's a lot. I was talking about relationships, and there's a lot about relationships right now. Whether it's a family dynamic or your friendship groups or who you work with or even your romantic partners. This is a lot of fucking work because as humans, we all learn from our relationships. That's our number one teacher is our relationships. Do they bring you in chaos and conflict? Does your family every time you get together, it's a fucking shit fest? But you keep going because, they're my family. We have to stop making those excuses all the time. You know, with our coworkers and our boss. If we're doing all the fucking work and we're not getting paid, this energy of Aquarius, Pluto and Aquarius, is no longer the trickle down effect where the corporations make all the fucking money and you make pennies on the dollar. That's not what we were sent here for. That's not what we were sent here for. So for those of you who are programmed that, oh, I have to work at corporate and I have to do this job and, and then everybody else is making the money and you're making like fucking minimum wage, you need to start rethinking and reevaluating those situations. It's time to get practical. It's not going to pay the bills. This is fate. It sits right underneath the expect powerful changes. We've got fate here. Everything is fated. Everything is destined. That's what this third eye chakra is trying to help you guys understand, is really just tap into that third eye. Doesn't that look like a third eye, right? It's like tapping into that third eye. For some of you, it's like there's a glimmer of hope. You're like, and you're just trying to open it up, like just trying to get a peek, but you see that there is something beautiful that is manifesting. And all you have to do is recognize that everything that we experience is fated. This is fated. Whatever these changes are, and you know what? We have 17 here. 17 is the number 8. 1 plus 7 is 8. That represents Saturn, which is Capricorn, which is, this is about your own power and authority. This is about really doing the work. Next year, when we go into a 9-year, we'll be it'll still be Saturn, but it'll also be Uranus. very unpredictable. When we got Aquarius here, Uranus and Saturn are both the rulers of Aquarius, and it's very futuristic. And yes, we are going into a very futuristic place, and it's going to blow our fucking minds. And everybody's like, can't it just change? Can't we get there now? And trust me, if we got there now, you're having a tough time just navigating what we've got right now. Could you imagine if the universe, like, literally freaking just like we broke through the glass ceiling? Your whole brain would short circuit. That's why it's a gradual approach to where we're headed right now. It's gradual, day by day, minute by minute, second by second. And it's about being present for each and every one of those without sitting in worry and doubt and wondering, oh my God, am I ever going to make it? Because again, then you're creating that same lesson in the next cycle. It's all faded. This is all faded. What do we got here? Not all the glitters. Bring love into the situation. All the glitters. What else do we got here, Spirit? We've got, yeah, time for a nap and treasure island. Bottom of the deck, thinker. Okay, so funny enough, we have this balanced spirituality and practicality. Okay, so spirituality would be, what am I projecting on an energetic level? And how can I stop mulling over the things that bring me a lot of doubt and worry, and recognize that the universe is going to guide me towards my goal. And all I have to do is take a step back and allow whatever needs to change. I'm going to allow these changes to happen. And I am going to know that it's for my highest good. And it's so funny because we've got all the glitters and then we've got the treasure island, which is like going towards the treasure. You guys are being guided towards your treasure island, whatever that means to all of us. We all have a different treasure island. Some of us just want to go home and we want to know where, like, we want that stability. Some of us want love. Some of us want that partnership, someone to come home to and somebody to share our day and share responsibilities with. Some of us want better health. Maybe we're going through a really rough time when it comes to our health. And maybe it's time for you to start thinking about new opportunities and new ways of expressing yourself when it comes to your health. Maybe it's time for you to start, looking at naturopathy, herbs, working out, lifting weights. I know I need to do that. But this is not a time for you, like, I think it is a time for you to take a step back right now. And before you release anything, before you walk away from that job and just get a wild hair up your ass, I want you to start thinking about the possibilities of what could be. You're allowed to love what you do and make money at it. You were born with that superpower. And for some of you, you're like, I don't know what that is though. I don't know what that is. Let me think about it. I really need to think about it. And the Spirit's like, take the time. Take time. Because again, this goes back to the reevaluation period of what we want, what we desire, what we love, and what we no longer want to experience. And it all comes from a place of authenticity. That's what this card is all about, is being your true and authentic self. Not this made up version of self that everybody expects you to be, without somebody saying, this is who you are, and this is who you are, and this is who you are. It's about who you are on an internal level. And it's time for you to start thinking about who that person is. Is that person abundant in all areas of their lives? I see a lot of stars here. A lot of stars here. And funny enough, Aquarius represents the star. And the star is about hopes, wishes, dreams coming true. Whatever you do, you can be abundant at that. And so it's time to start dreaming. Pay attention to your dreams because your dreams could also be telling you something, especially around these eclipses. Okay? Treasure Island. I don't know why, but they always make me read that one. What do we got here? Number 9. Number 9. So it says the law of attraction, bringing dreams into fruition, the results of positive thinking made manifest, abundance appearing as if from nowhere, financial gains, and the sharing of good fortune. You've worked hard and acted upon your unwavering belief in abundance, and suddenly, in the midst of it all, you hit the jackpot. Look at that. The jackpot. Why? Because you took off that mask. We talk about authenticity, and this is where you've been wearing a mask for everyone else's sake. Because that is a wound that needs to be healed. And that is what the past with Pisces here has been bringing up to the surface. This is where it's okay to let this shit go. Stop thinking about that. Let it go. Heal that wound. We still have Venus there. We have Mars there. We have Neptune and Saturn there. We have a major, major conjunction, and a stellium in Pisces right now. So it's like, this is an opportunity to let the past go. Yeah, the future's scary as fuck, but it's also exciting. Don't let them have you believe that you're not in control. Because you are very much in control, and it's all about how you're thinking about this. You have to know that you know, and how you know is irrelevant or irrelevant. You just know. Mercury retrograde. I'm a Virgo, and Mercury Virgo. Okay, and so you have uncovered the map to buried treasure and tap the unlimited potential within you. What you must hone now is your ability to recognize when X marks the spot, because some of these golden opportunities may not be obvious, but others may not be so readily apparent. Trust your intuition to light your way now as you enter this truly prosperous phase where all the long, hard work navigating your inner life is now paying off externally. In all aspects of your life at this time, you have good fortune. Don't forget to enjoy it and share it with others, as treasure shared multiplies like magic. And this is because you manifested this, baby. You manifested this by getting out of your own way and believing in magic, believing that magic is real, knowing that you are being watched over. No, you have not been forgotten. For some of you, you're wishing for a family. You're gonna have that. Come here, baby. Come here. What, mama? Sorry. You're gonna have it. There might be, like I said, there's gonna be confusion for a minute. There's gonna be confusion, and you're just gonna be like, what the hell? And you're gonna want to like burst in and make these changes, but I suggest that you hold back. Hold back, hold your composure, and allow things to flow. Okay? Don't be making big movements, but start making a list of all the things that need to be let go of. And that can be people, that can be jobs, that can be homes, that can be, country of origin, city of origin, state of origin, whatever. And you're going to know when it's time for you to start acting on some of these things. Okay. Powerful reading here, you guys. I'm going to leave that here. Lots for you to think about. The numbers that I see here are 44, 17, which is 2 8s. We have the number 16, which adds to a 7, a 24 that adds up to a 6, and 9. Those numbers could be important to you, or you can also look up their numerology. For some of you, these might be numbers that you are continuously seeing, so do pay attention to those. But at the end, you're almost like, it's the 9. You're almost to the end, baby. So just authenticity and just get ready, because things are about ready to change in miraculous ways. Love you guys all so much. Check me out on Facebook and Instagram under Peace Unhinged and The Footsteps to Peace. You guys, if you are interested in a personal reading, all my information is in the description box down below. Also, thank you to everyone who has donated to my channel, bought me a cup of coffee. I really do appreciate it. It does help my channel grow, and it helps me, continue doing what I'm doing. You guys, I love you all so very much, and we will chat again soon. Take care.